You too, my friend. What's going on? How's everybody doing, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Behind These Eyes Entertainment. I am your host, everybody's favorite white boy. If I ain't your motherfucking favorite, then who is? I want to give a quick shout out to Croatia. Yeah, we were in that World Cup. Yeah, but this is about 2 years ago. We lost to France, but whatever. We still played a good ass fucking game. Shout out to my boy Mario Mandzukic. Oh yeah, and y'all see the flag in the background. Croatia, y'all. Hrvatska idemo dom. Let's just say that. Today's episode happens to take place at another house party where some fucking dumbass idiot was opening up his mouth too much, giving out too much information, and it caused me and my boys to want to hit a lick for an AK-47 and machete. So without further ado, I bring y'all this episode titled AK-47's and Machetes. On this night, rolling with the guys, parties in Berea. Now I can't tell y'all how I ended up at half of these parties I'm going to be talking about on this channel. I have no idea how the fuck we ended up there, but we were there. I mean, like, whoever used to get the addies to these places, or actually heard about this shit and got us there, y'all are the real MVP, man. I gotta find out who it was. I don't know who used to find these parties, but somebody always put the word out, and somebody had the hook up. Let me tell you. Parties in Berea, me and my group are there. You know, we're deep again. Like I said, every house party we went to, we were super deep. There was a big group of some preppy ass white boys, man. I'm talking about, I think one of them was wearing a fucking suit or something. One was like smoking a cigar, like a Cuban cigar. Another dude was like in a suit. There was like a group of like some preppy ass white boys there. But they were minding their own business. It was cool, you know what I'm saying? But then you had this one fucking dude who just couldn't shut his fucking mouth and was just doing way too much. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why we did what the fuck we did to him and why he deserved it, in my opinion. So I'm out back. They had a big backdoor deck porch type thing going on in their backyard. And it was, people weren't smoking in the house. So I ended up going outside and I ended up hitting a squally and I'm talking to this one kid. I'm talking to the kid that actually had the suit on. He was peeping us the whole time in the party, you know, how we was moving, how we was jigging, the type of shit that we was throwing up. He was just peeping the shit the whole time. And all of a sudden, when I went outside, he engaged himself in conversation with me. And when he started talking, you could tell that he was just trying to adapt to how I was and the people I was with, and the dude just started talking a whole bunch of nonsense. You could tell his vernacular really wasn't on point. He just, you know, like I noticed this a lot. Like, when you're not a hood dude, you're around a hood dude, all of a sudden you want to try to act like you are because you feel like if you're not, the hood dude's not going to accept you. When in reality, I appreciate and respect anybody who is themselves. Do I come off as a hood dude for real? Do I talk like one? No. That don't mean shit. So when this dude came at me like that off top, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have some fucking, I'm about to have a issue with this dude. He's telling me a whole bunch of bullshit. We're getting to know each other. We're getting acquainted. I'm just listening like, yeah, I'm giving him a whole bunch of, yeah, it is, yeah, I hear you. Like, he mentioned something about how he had just got arrested like a couple weeks ago, was in jail and shit, but he's, you know, fighting a case. I think he said he was fighting a attempted murder case or something. I don't know. None of the fucking, like I said, he was just talking a whole bunch of bullshit. Like, I don't know why people gotta just come off like that, you know? But anyway, yeah, he's told me he was fighting the case. He got arrested. He's been spending all his money on a lawyer, and you know, you could tell the kid was loaded. I mean, by the way he was dressed, he was smoking like a $200 cigar. I mean, and then, you know, you could just tell he had money. He somehow gets into the spiel. I don't know why he felt comfortable enough to tell me this shit, but this is exactly why I did what I did. He comes into the spiel and asking me if I knew anybody who was looking to buy a firearm, okay? And I was actually looking at the time, and I was like, well, shit, you know, what do you got? And he admitted to me straight up and said that he had an AK-47, a Draco actually, and it was in his car. and he was selling it for $280, $300 or something. When he first told me this, I mean, it literally went in one ear and out the other, but then it came right back around and got in my ear again. I'm sitting there like, bro, why would you tell me that? And then I'm like, there's no fucking way he doesn't have a fucking AK in his car. And then I'm like, fuck it, you know what? I'm about to take the chance. Let's find out what's going on. So what I did was I ran up to my dude back in the park. You know, I finished the conversation between me and him. I walked back in the house, made him comfortable enough to make him feel like I'm not on no bullshit or whatever, you know. And this is how all this ended up molding into what happened. I pull up on my boy and I'm telling him, I'm like, hey man, you wouldn't believe what the fuck what just happened. I'm out here in the porch talking to an old boy over there. This motherfucker told me he's got an AK out in the car. So when I brought that to my dude's attention, I was like, hey, this is what we're about to do. We're about to try to infiltrate some information out this dude. So we played it like this. I'm like, I want you to go up to the dude. I want you to talk to him, have a normal conversation with him, but somehow try to figure out what kind of car he's driving. Because the dude didn't tell me what car he has. But if it's out there right now, that's all we need to know. We need to just find out what kind of car the guy drives. My dude goes, bet. Fuck it. So he ends up going up to the dude, and he starts chopping it up with him for like a good 20 minutes or whatever. And while he's doing that, I run up to my other dudes and shit. I'm like, hey man, we're about to go hit this lick real quick, man. My dude just said he's got an AK-47 out in this car. And, you know, we're about to find out what car it is. I'm like, I'm about to go out there. I'm about to bust this move. I need one of y'all to like either come with me and hit this lick with me, or I need somebody to at least look out. Instantly, my dudes was down with it. I mean, we were always down for some bullshit like this. It sounded easy as fuck. So we're like, oh, hell yeah. AK, a Draco on top of that? Let's run it. My boy comes back up to me. He finds out what kind of car the dude drives. It was a fucking, what was it? It was like a Jeep. And it had a sunroof, and it was gray. I can remember this exactly. So he's like, y'all know what? Y'all go out there, bust a move real quick while y'all are doing that. I'm about to continue talking to the dude to distract him and shit. Somehow sneak out there, don't let nobody see what you guys are up to. Get the fucking shit, drop it off in my car, in dude's car, and let's get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Let's just run it. And I'm like, all right, bet. Sounds easy as fuck. I find my dudes. I'm like, hey, it's on the poppin'. Let's go. We head out. The dude's got his car parked out in the street outside. So we bust out the back door, real calm and smooth and shit, you know what I'm saying? Nobody even knew we left. And we rolled up on the dude's car. My one dude is a professional thief. The motherfucker knew how to break in and out of cars within like 5 seconds without a Slim Jim. But he didn't have his tool on him. And the fucking the car was locked, obviously. So we're sitting there thinking like, man, how the fuck can we go get in this car? My dude takes his shirt off and wraps it around his hand, and I'm like, no, we're not about to do that. He wanted to bust the motherfucker's window out. I'm like, nah, we're not about to do that. So then my other dude was trying to somehow break into the car, and I'm like, man, fuck, how the fuck we gonna get in this car? We got limited time going on. The motherfucker might come out, and if he comes out and starts, you know, blowing down on us about trying to break in his car, we're gonna end up having to clap him, beat him up and shit. And we were kind of having a hard time figuring this out at the point. So the idea my dude comes up with, he looks at the top, he looks at the sunroof, and he's like, fuck it, I know what I can do. He climbs on top of the roof of the car, and there's like this little plastic panel, basically like the visor of the sunroof. And he gets on top of the car, he grabs the visor and just pulls it off and tears it. Tears the visor off. He sticks like a key or something, or he had something on him to where he was able to wedge it into the sunroof window. And what he did was he pushed it open, and the motherfucking sunroof started to open up, and he just pulled it. And there's fucking plastic all over the fucking street. There's plastic all over the top from breaking this visor. He's making all kinds of noise. He's being reckless. I'm like, bro, hurry the fuck up, man. Fuck it at this point. You're already, like, there's people already fucking seeing this and shit. Like, we gotta hurry up and do this shit. He climbs in through the sunroof and he opens up the back door. When he opens up the back door, we just start ransacking through this dude's shit. Like, fuck it, man. Start tearing everything up. We look around. First thing my dude finds is a big-ass fucking machete. Almost like that big. Like a fucking, looked like like a Conan sword or something. It was a big-ass machete in the case and everything. He found that. And he tucked that bitch in there and was like, bro, you find a fucking AK yet? I'm searching, bro, peeling shit, you know, breaking through shit. And I'm just searching. I'm like, where the fuck is this AK? We were all through this car, all up and down, man. We couldn't find nothing. And then this dude comes out and somebody notices that he's about to start coming towards the car. We dip out before he even sees us anywhere around the car. And we kind of like, you know, went the opposite way. It was in Berea. The streets were literally so dark. Like, you really couldn't see nothing. So when we took off down the opposite way of the street as he was coming, he didn't even see us. But what we did was we fucking cut through the woods and shit to go back to the party. So we actually, you know, got away and swiveled around unnoticed, like completely. Back to the party, we're dangling, we're mingling around, having a little bit of drinks and shit. All of a sudden, a big ass kick in the fucking door comes, and this guy comes in there mad as fuck. He comes in with his phone in the air and he's going, I'm calling the fucking cops. Somebody broke in my car. Fuck this shit. Somebody's getting arrested. I need justice for this. When he said that, all of a sudden, everybody looked at us. And we're like, I didn't do shit. The fuck y'all looking at? You know, this dude's talking about, calling the police and shit. I'm cool. I'm not about to admit to nothing. You got me fucked up. 5 minutes goes by. Some fucking little corny ass hating motherfucker. I don't even know who it was. But somebody told him that they seen us out there running through this car. So now my dude, crazy... The hell? Sorry. But now my dude, crazy motherfucker, is looking for a reason now to just punch on somebody. And now he's on some trash. We're getting confronted now by like 5 or 6 people. But we're trying to be cool about it. We don't want to be, popping off on nobody just for confronting us and shit. But we're all like standing next to each other looking at them like, man, I ain't take shit. I was in the party chilling, man. I ain't break through nobody's shit, man. And then we start getting real aggravated now. And then people started getting all temperamental and shit, man. Like, people started getting mad now. Who was the one to pop off? Me. And who was right behind me? My homie Tay. Big dude, about 6'3", 240, big motherfucker. He was quiet the whole time. Nobody really was even paying attention to him because he was quiet as fuck, sitting down. And then he just, he seen me pop off, so he just jumped up and was right behind me. Now, this is what happened. I got fed up because I had this chick that kept asking me the same fucking question over and over. Well, where was you? Well, what was you doing? I swear, I seen you out there. And then finally I jumped up. I'm like, look, man, stop fucking asking me. I didn't do shit. Y'all better stop. I'm telling y'all, man. Like, stop fucking questioning me. I didn't do shit, bro. Then I get on that bullshit. I'm like, man, for real, man. Y'all keep questioning me and telling me I did some shit, dude. I'm about to smack the next motherfucker that says some shit. So I start getting all crazy and shit. I start popping off. My dude Tay gets up. Now what Tay does had me fucking rolling. It might not have been funny to that person, but when he did this shit had me rolling, y'all. He gets up, he looks at the dude that was standing next to the chick who was confronting me, and he points at him with his left hand. He's smoking a squally with this hand. He points out with his left hand, and he goes, hey, man, you better shut the fuck up. I'm gonna beat your ass, man. And what he does is he flicks the fucking cigarette that he's smoking right at the dude's face. The dude's standing there with his hands in his pockets, and the cigarette just hits his fucking forehead, literally, and just tumbles down, and he just stands there and looks down like this. Just super, super fucking mad. In the midst of me being all heated and shit, when that happened, I looked at him, I was like, yeah! That shit was funny as fuck. And then he took a fucking, it was like those lights that or like those reflectors that got like the little small rod on them that you stick in your front yard. I don't know exactly what they're called, but he picked one of those up off the ground and he threw it at the fucking chick. Like, he started going crazy, man. Finally, we calmed Tay down. We're like, bro, chill out, man. Like, we're not about to beat up these kids, man. Like, chill out, bro. They're just relax. And then all of a sudden, they stopped saying shit after that. Like, we had to fucking pop off on them and fucking let them know, like, y'all about to stop checking us. Even though we did what they were asking about. We did that shit, yeah. But I'm gonna tell y'all exactly why I did that and why I set all that shit up. When you keep putting yourself out there like that for no fucking reason, just to try to blend in with the cool kids, to try to be somebody that you're not, and just try to fucking ride people's coattails because they're clicked up and shit, and you start telling people dumb shit, like you got an AK-47 in your car, You are basically setting yourself up for something to happen to you. And when we do something to you, I'm not going to feel bad because you're just trying to do all that shit to fit in. I've been in this situation many, many times where people just say dumb shit and they just open their fucking mouth and expose shit to you that's not even true, or it can be true, who knows, and you get set up. It's just like, why? Like, you can't just keep your fucking mouth shut. This kid was trying so hard to be cool, man, and he was and just talking about how he's fighting an attempted murder case and how he has an AK-47 in his car. This shit don't make you cool. It doesn't win points with us. You being yourself and actually being a good fucking kid is what makes you cool. We looked out for the good kids that we knew were harmless, that weren't on bullshit. If they were the ones that were getting fucked with, we definitely did something about it. We looked out for people like that. And we've seen a lot of bullying going on. But one thing I always despised in life is somebody who just tries way too fucking hard. And when you do, and you're making it be known and it's obvious, this is what happens. We fucking take you up top for your shit. And yes, it was all a lie. The motherfucker had no AK-47 in his car. He had a machete though, and we took that bitch. But he ain't had no fucking AK-47 in his car, and the guy wasn't fighting a fucking attempted murder case. He was just lying, just fabricating shit, just trying to be too cool. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, I don't feel bad for what we did to him at all. I don't have no sympathy for that shit. The dude put himself out there. He could have just been cool, kept his fucking mouth shut, and not had to talk none of that bullshit, and he would have been alright. We don't just do that shit. We don't go out and just bully on people. We don't try to rob people for no fucking reason. It was just uncalled for and unnecessary for him to say any of that shit. And it all was a lie. I knew it, kind of like I said before. When he said it to me, it went in one ear and out the other. I'm like, this dude's fucking lying. But I had nothing else to do. This party was lame to me. I didn't really like none of the people there because they were the complete opposite of me. Most of the females that were there weren't fun. And it was just like, I needed something to do. And that shit just gave me something to do. I hope this doesn't make me seem like I'm an asshole or anything like that, because honestly, I'm not. It's just like I said, this was my reason to doing that, and I honestly don't feel sympathetic for it at all. I mean, the guy, like I said, over and over, the guy put himself out there, trying to be too cool, and I wanted to teach him a lesson, and that's exactly what I did. Another thing that I found funny is the dude ran back in the house with his phone in the air talking about he was calling the cops. Bro, if he was fighting an attempted murder case, and you supposedly had a AK-47 and a machete in your car, you're conveying weapons in the vehicle, why the fuck are you gonna call the police? That shit didn't make no sense to me. AK-47's and machetes, man. Ooh, that would have been a nice little lick though. But shit happens. Unsuccessful. Anyway, I hope y'all like this video. I hope y'all got the message I was trying to spread in this video, because I don't want nobody I know personally to become a victim of that. Be real, be solid, be 100, and fucking just move with mannerism, dude. You know what I'm saying? Be cool, move smart, and don't try to fit in. You know? Streets ain't made for everybody, man. That's why there's sidewalks. You know what I'm saying? But until next time, y'all, I love y'all. Got so much respect for y'all. I appreciate all the love and support. Keep it up. Yes, I am your motherfucking favorite white boy, and we gon' kick it, y'all. We gon' kick it. Take care, everybody. I love y'all. Stay safe.
Gon' change once I wet your ass up just like pee in a pamper. While you sleeping, I'm up like a Red Bull. Out the cuss you and shit like I'm Deadpool. When this heat a blazing, boy, Jesus can save you if he graduated from med school. I like to dance with machines.